Hello, welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive. This is Nina and I'm here to show you my new decks for the summer of 2023. I have 14 decks to show you today. So if that's something that interests you, then stick around. So this channel is all about cards. So I do readings on this channel. I do show and tells on this channel. We talk about cards and we talk about spirit. And on my other channel, which you will find linked in the description below, we talk a little bit deeper about the awakening process, ascension process, channeled work, and mediumship and all that. So if you're interested in that, you'll find that channel linked in the description below. But without further ado, let's get into this show and tell of today. So I have 14 decks to show you. So it's a little bit of oracle, a little bit of tarot, but we're going to take one at a time and I will explain everything step by step. But if you want to grab yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea of something, then pause the video right now and do so, because this is going to take a while. Okay, so let's get into it. So we're going to remove some of these decks here so we can start. Just put them over here. And I think we're going to start with the Earthly Souls and Spirit Moon Oracle today. Yeah, let's start with this. Okay, so Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle by Terry Foss. Now, this is a mass production. It came out with the US Games system, but it used to be a indie deck, which looked like this. Okay, so it's slightly smaller, the original indie deck. And there has been a little bit of changes in actually the way she has portrayed the cards, but I will show you. So the original was just a box like this, and then there was a little pamphlet inside like this, and the cards back looked like this, and of course the imagery looked like this, and the images she has used in the new version is the same, but she has changed out some of the cards on what they mean. Okay, so that's kind of the change she has done to her deck. So this was the indie deck. We'll put that away. And then we will look at the mass production deck that has come out now. I believe it came out now this winter or this spring? Anyway, so I guess you can get this pretty much anywhere. I got it at Book Depository in England, but they have closed now. So, but I'm guessing you can get it at Amazon. Okay, so let's look at it. So good and sturdy box, and she has now a proper guidebook, not just a pamphlet, with pictures of the different cards, which is something I love because then it makes it even easier to find in the book. There is one page on each card. There's a little bit about full moon rituals and about moon information in here as well, if you are interested in that. Now the back has changed, as you can see, so now it's black instead of the white. I actually like this back a little bit better. The cards are also slightly bigger than the original. Let me also show you that real quick. You see the original cards are this size. So you see there's quite a little difference in the size of the cards as well. So the cardstock is good. It's bendy, but it's sturdy and good. The quality seems very good, okay? Just to have that said. So let us now go through the cards. I'm just going to flip through them so you get an idea as to what they look like. When I first saw this deck, I was just drawn into the images because I find them very, very beautiful. The artwork here is very good. I believe she uses acrylics, but maybe mixed media as well, because some of the backgrounds look a little bit like watercolor for me. But anyways, the artwork is what draws me in here. These images are just beautiful. Definitely she has spent a lot of time on each card here. And this is paintings. These are not done on a computer. Beautiful, beautiful images. And yeah, so it's kind of a whimsical, witchy woo kind of thing, but also, of course, related to the moon. Every card is kind of related to the moon. So the moon is depicted in every card, I believe. But yeah, there's not much more to say here. These images are just so beautiful. Really, really special. So I just love her artwork. And I'm very happy that she decided to go mass production with this so that more people can benefit from this deck, because it's such a beautiful, beautiful deck. I can't spend too much time on each image since we're going through 14 decks today. So if I'm going to have time to go through them all, but you get the idea of how beautiful this deck is. So this is a deck that I have used quite a bit, or the first one that I had, and I just love it. I can use it for pretty much everything. So beautiful, beautiful. So that was the Earthly Soul and Spirit Moon Oracle. Okay, so let's move on now to the Animal Apothecary Oracle deck by Cara Elizabeth. So this is Hay House production. I guess you can get this pretty much anywhere. Now this is a very special deck. So it does have a good guidebook, really good guidebook here. Many pages per, at least two to three pages per card. So there's lots of information in here, which is good if you want to kind of dig deeper into the different animals here. There is a message on each card, but it's not a big message. But this is the back, and it's a little bit whimsical, a little bit maybe back to the 70s kind of feel, a little bit retro, at least I would say, with these cards. So I find them very fun. So these are the images. Now, there is a little message on each card, so you can read it just as that, but you can also go in and you can read more about each card, of course. Lots of information, as I said. But I'm going to flip through. But what's fun here is I thought this said 90, but she just says uses the G, the small G, instead of the big G, and that goes through the entire deck. So it says let go. So that's something to be aware of as well, because I misunderstood this card totally when I got it the first time. See? The G is a small one instead of a big one. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, so these are the cards. They are fun. They're whimsical. It's fun artwork. It's really fun colors. And it's just a easy breezy, straight to the point message if you want to read it at that only. Like that, I mean. And so that's kind of how I'm using it. It's just kind of an extra card in reading, you know. Kind of maybe a self-help kind of card, you know, like that, or affirmation card. So I find these cards very fun. But of course, either you like it or you don't. It's a special kind of artwork. It's a special kind of feel to these cards. So it's a matter of taste, I guess. Yeah, I just love these cards. They're fun. Really fun. So just flipping through quite quickly here for you to kind of get the idea as to what these cards are about. So it is kind of for me, a self-help or healing kind of affirmation kind of deck, I would say. So it also says here, guidebook for manifestation and fulfillment. It says right there. Okay, so that was the Animal Apothecary Oracle deck. So, moving on, let's go to a tarot deck. So this is Tarot Cards of the Modern Goddess. Now this, I believe this is Rock Pool. I'm not sure, I think I got this one from Amazon actually. So let's go into this deck here. It opens from the bottom, as you can see, big sturdy box. Really good guidebook, really thick and good guidebook. Information and pictures on each card. Really good. A lot of information on the major arcana. So that's always fun. Now let's go into the cards. Now there's a box inside of the box here, and that's kind of not so easy to get out. But you could keep it just like this if you don't need the guidebook in the bigger box. So that's maybe a plus. You can keep it on the shelf just like that. But let's look at the cards. Yep. This is the back. Really like the back. Just plain and simple, but beautiful color. Almost like my nail polish today. So good and sturdy cards, I would say. They're also glossy, for those of you who like that. And these are the images. I love this artwork. I think it's fun. It reminds me of another deck I have, which I believe is called the is it the Karma Tarot? Something like that, which is kind of the same style of the images, but let's flip through them. It's modern. This deck it's modern, it's fun, it's for the goddesses. And yeah, there's just something about the energy in these cards that I really like. It's upbeat, it's joyful, it's playful. I love the colors in this. It's matte and glossy at the same time. Can you see that? Because the images are kind of matte and it's kind of half glossy is what I would say. So yeah, it gives kind of a special feel, a little bit of a vintage feel to the surface of the cards. But as you can see, I mean, look at, I just love this full card here. Beautiful, beautiful card. And I love the artwork here. I love, as I said, the feeling of these cards. They just jump at me and I feel joy when I'm using these cards. But it is, again, a matter of whether you like it or not, whether this is your style, whether this is your kind of, what do you say, taste, kind of taste, if you like it or not. Just flipping through quickly so we don't spend too much time on each deck. Just so you get the idea of what these cards are about. Devil. In a costume that looks like something Madonna had back in the, what, 80s, 90s? Anyways, yeah. And also, of course, it's depicted women from all around the globe with every kind of skin color and, you know, style and whatnot, age and everything. So for me, that's also a positive thing. I like it when everyone is included. That's just the way I am. So yeah, I truly love this deck, and I'm really looking forward to using this a lot more in the future. That's all I can say. So that is it, people. Modern Goddesses tarot cards. Beautiful, beautiful deck. I believe this is quite new as well. I think it came out, was it last fall or was it this winter? Let's just have a quick look here. I believe it was quite recently, if I can find the page where it says that. Here in the back. 2022, yeah, so it came out last fall, I think. Anyway, so there you go. That was the tarot cards of the Modern Goddess, or Goddesses rather. Okay, let us do an old but good one, Mythic Tarot deck. Now, I had one a while ago, and this was, back then I couldn't really make it work, and then I saw this woman who had cut. I can show you if I can just reach for that deck here. See, I had this from before, but then I couldn't make it work, and so I saw this woman who cut off the edges, and so I did that with this deck. But because the back is the way it is, the back didn't really become very well. I edged it also in pink, and I just cut the edges off to kind of make the image pop, and then I could make it work. But then I kind of felt like it's, you know, it's not, when you do that, when you cut off the edges like that, it's very difficult to get it 100%. And as you can see here, it's really not, you know, the edges are not equal, you know, straight or whatever. I don't know how to say that. Sorry, I'm Norwegian, people, not English. So it was a little bit difficult to shuffle, and, you know, I felt like I kind of destroyed the cards almost. So that's when I decided to order a new deck. And this is called the new Mythic Tarot deck. I believe it's just a new print of this deck. So anyways, and this is also glossy, which is something the other one was not. So I figured I would try and get the Mythic Tarot deck. So this deck is very special. I know that some people hate it, some people love it. It's a matter of either you like it or not. And it's kind of the gods and the goddesses, heroes and heroines of the Greek mythology is what this deck is all about. So maybe you like that, maybe you don't. But let's flip through it real quick. So the images is, of course, from Greek mythology. So I don't know if you are familiar with that or not. I am not too very familiar with it. I know a little bit since I worked, actually I worked as a guide in Greece for many years. So I guided also what's called the Knossos Palace in Crete, of all things. Fun times. I lived abroad almost for 5 years being a guide in Spain and Greece and Portugal. So now you know something about me, people. Anyway, so I know a little bit about the Greek mythology, but yeah, Poseidon there, but not so much. And I, of course, forgot a lot of a lot of the stuff as well, since I'm not working like that anymore. But if you know Greek mythology, you will recognize a lot of these. This is actually from the Knossos Palace in Crete. Now you will know recognize a lot of these images here. Yeah, so it's either you like it or not. It's of course a very special deck. I don't think I've seen another deck that kind of depicts the Greek mythology. Not to my knowledge anyways, but if you know, then please comment in the comment section. It will be fun to know. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Oh, man. Yeah. So just flipping through so you get an idea of the images here. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, so it's very special. It's unique, that's for sure. That's all I can say. It's very unique. So there you go. So that is the Mythic Tarot deck. It doesn't come with any guidebook. At least this doesn't. So I don't know if you can get a hold of a guidebook with this deck. But yeah, if you know tarot, of course you don't need it. So that was the new, it says here even the new Mythic Tarot deck. Okay. So let's move on to an oracle deck. Let's move on to this one. The Journey by Alison Phyllis. An oracle deck to help you find your place in the universe. So this is a Smith Street gift production. I believe I got this at Book Depository, so since that's closed, you'll have to look it up at Amazon. I'm guessing you can get it at Amazon. So opening up the box was a little bit difficult for me. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of stuck. So that's not a plus, but I guess it will get better in time when I use it more. Anyway, so this is the guidebook. It's slim, but it is actually quite good anyways, because it has the pictures and it has 1 page per card, and that's quite good, I think. There you go. Now, these are the cards. Good box, sturdy box. This is the back. Kind of whimsical, fun, a little bit retro looking. Yeah, I like it. The cardstock is good. It's cardboard. It's matte, but it is quite good, okay? Not the best, but good enough. These are the images, and also a little bit retro kind of cards, and they are fun, and they are full of fun colors. And it's straight to the point, you know, but of course you can use the guidebook for more interpretations, more information if you want. But for me, it's either you go into the image and read, or you just read the name of the card. But yeah, extra card for me very much, or affirmation card, you know. But I like it. It's very simple but straight to the point, kind of fun, a little bit hippie. And of course, since I am the happy hippie, this is of course a style that I like. It's fun. And I think this would be fun together with the one of my tarot decks, the Groovy Tarot, which is very whimsical and kind of this style. That would be fun. Yeah. So these are the images, just flipping through quite quickly so you get an idea of the cards. Beautiful, fun colors here. Pops out that retro style if you like it. Yeah, really cool. Love, love, love these cards, and I'm really looking forward to using them in the future. I haven't used them in the reading yet, so look out for that, people. It will come soon. Okay, so that was the Journey Oracle deck. Hey, kitty. Just have a cat beside me here. Okay, so let's move into this one. The Herbal Tea Magic for the Modern Witch Oracle deck. Now, this is a brand new deck. It came out now in May, I think, this year, 2023. So, sturdy box. I believe I got this at Book Depository. You can probably get it on Amazon. The only thing about this box, though, it's a sturdy and good box and wouldn't be a problem, really. It opens up like that, and it has these little things that goes in back into the box. The problem here, and these ones are supposed to go on the inside. The problem is if the cards aren't aligned right, you can't get these down in there. So I had a little bit of trouble here. That's why this box is a little bit torn, but never mind. This is the guidebook. Quite okay guidebook, but it doesn't have any pictures in it. But it does have quite a good information about each card, I would say. To the point, okay? And these are the cards. Now, I love the cards. The cards themselves are beautiful. I love this back. It's kind of a beige-ish color in the back and then green on top. Really beautiful. Now, cardstock is good. It is on the thinner side, but the way it's been made, it can take the bending. It's okay, okay? So just if you treat them carefully, they won't chip, or they will be just fine, is what I think. But they are thin. They're on the thinner side. But these are the images, and I just love, love, love these images. It says the name of the flower, and then it has 3 words or ways to interpret it at the bottom here. So that's each card. But these are the images. And as I told you before, if you follow this channel, you know that I do a little bit of artwork also, watercolor and gouache. And so, of course, I love it when it's painted like this, handmade, really beautiful images. So I love the artwork here as well. So these are the images. Look at those. Aren't they just gorgeous? I just love this. I just love also the color, this background. It's just soothing and really beautiful to me. So good work on the artwork, good work on the feel of the cards, the information on the cards. The only thing I would say is the box I hoped would be a little bit different. I hoped there would be pictures in the guidebook. And I also hoped that maybe that the cardstock would have been a tiny bit thicker, if I'm being picky. But they work. I will definitely use these cards. I love them, so I will use them. But that's kind of my feedback to whomever made this deck. I will see if I can find that in a minute. But these are the images. Really, really beautiful, beautiful cards. So let's see. Yeah, I forgot to say. Elsie Wild, illustrated by Chinkle Perique. Okay, so that says here. Anyway, so that is this deck. Now I have to be careful when I put them back in here so that cards are aligned, or else I won't get to close it. As I said, that's kind of a little bit of a problem here. If they're not aligned, you won't get these side things down in there. Okay, so that's the only thing that's a little bit of a hassle with this, but a beautiful deck. So that was the Herbal Tea Magic for the Modern Witch Oracle deck. Now moving on, let us do the Spoopy Tarot. A 78 card deck of Creepy and Cute by Ami Naili. So it opens in the bottom like so. Now this girl, she also made the Kawaii Tarot, if you have seen that one. Kawaii Tarot. So it's kind of the same style. So this is the Spoopy Tarot, and this is the book. So it's not pictures, but that's not very often in the tarot anyways. But it is good information on each card. Yeah. And she has changed a name or two in the deck, I remember. But this is the back. Really cute, really fun. It reminds me a lot, of course, of the Kawaii Tarot as well. Now, these are the images. Now, it's very, very simple. It's just one image per card, but it says what card it is. So if you know tarot, that won't be a problem. But, of course, this is maybe not the beginner's deck of tarot, I would say. So there's popsicles here, and then that's the wands. And then it's, let's see, yeah, and then you have the, these is of course the pentacles. And yeah, pentacles. The bones are the swords. And I believe she has cups for... yeah, these I believe are the cups. Yeah, it's in the guidebook here. I haven't used this deck before. I'm sorry. It's hearts for the cups, I believe. Yeah. So the popsicles are 1, and the bones are 1, and the hearts are 1. Now these are, of course, the cups. It has to be. Yeah, of course. It's bottles, so it's water, so it's the cups. Sorry. Yeah, anyway, so it's you have to read that up in the guidebook before you start using these cards, of course. But it's fun, it's whimsical, it's special. You kind of have to know tarot to use it. Yeah, so this is 10 of Swords. But, yeah, you know, I like it. T3 of Swords, you recognize that one. So it's a little bit of getting used to, of course, with this deck. You know, you have to kind of know where to go with it. You have to know the cards a little bit. Let me just double check about the, let's see, the, what the different, yeah, okay, so here it is. If you look at, so the cups are hearts, and the wands are the popsicles, and the swords are the skulls and bones, and then the last one was what was the last one? I can't find the last one. Anyways, yeah, pentacles, there you go. That's kind of round, those little round pentacles. So you can find that out in the guidebook. But anyways, I find them fun and whimsical, and especially if you do a spread where you use 2 decks, it would be fun to use it together with the kawaii maybe. The kawaii is smaller, it's like this size. So yeah, I think I'm going to use it maybe for Halloween, you know, those kind of things. So either you like it or you don't. It is a very special deck, I know. But for me, I thought it was really funny. Fun and whimsical and strange, and I like that. So that was the Spoopy Tarot. Sorry if I was a little bit stumbling in my words here, people. But that was the Spoopy Tarot. Okay, so, sorry, kitty. She's lying next to me here. So let us look at this now. This is Raise Your Vibration Oracle by Kyle Gray. Before I open it, I can tell you that this is not like any other Kyle Gray you have had before if you know Kyle Gray. It's a very different kind of deck. So I was kind of back and forth if I should buy this actually, but I decided to get it anyway since Book Depository was closing down and they had sales on a lot of the cards. Then I figured I'll get it. High vibes for me are high vibes for we. Okay, so the guidebook is good. He always has very good guidebooks with pictures and with information, lots of information. So here we are. This is the back. It's okay. For me, it's a little bit maybe plain, but it's okay. The cardstock is good. He always has a really good cardstock. This is kind of a matte finish to it, so it's almost a little bit rose petally, but not all the way, just to have that set. So it's matte, so it works also very good with camera if you're afraid of the glare. These are just very plain, to the point, simple images, not like his other cards where there's lots of information or there's kind of maybe angels or cosmic things or stuff like that in them. These are, I think, manifestation cards. I believe they were meant as to begin with. Raise your vibration. You have to help raise your vibration. So straight to the point, simple images on these cards. But I will flip through them. So this is also cards that I would personally use maybe as an extra card in a reading. After a tarot reading maybe, or of course you can use it as a baseline, but for me, I will probably use it as an affirmation or extra card in a reading. So the colors are really vibrant and fun. That is something I really like about this deck. There's not much images to kind of get into maybe, but there's straight to the point and message in each card. So either you like it or you don't. It is a little bit whimsical. It is a little bit fun. You know, the artwork here. So yeah, I will definitely use this deck, and it was strange to me that Kyle Gray had made a deck like this. But of course, I understand that he wants to make different things, not the same all the time. But I was just, yeah, it was just kind of, I felt it was a little bit kind of outside where he normally is. But there you go. That's the deck. Raise Your Vibration Oracle by Kyle Gray. Artwork by Ari Wisner or Wisner. Let me see how I can pronounce that. How do you pronounce that? Ari Wisner? Anyways, that's it. Raise Your Vibration Oracle by Kyle Gray. So now let us look at this. The Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle by Athin Noctua. 13 card deck. Oh, it's only 13 cards. And the thing is that this is, you can ask questions and you get a yes or no answer or a straight answer, you know, straight out. The images are beautiful. I really love this deck. But this is the new one. It just came out. This is the original one because it was an indie deck and it was like this. So the cards are smaller. As you can see, the difference, this also has a little booklet, the old one didn't, but as you can see there's a slight difference in the card size here. So that was the indie deck, and this is the new one. So good and sturdy box, and easier to open since it has this thing on the side here, and it has a booklet, so it is a little bit of information here on how to use these cards and a little bit about the author, but there's no explanation on each card. Well, there is explanation on each card, but some of them are quite easy, like yes and no, you know, it's not really, but anyways. So the back is like this. It's a crystal ball, and it is just an extra deck for me, or extra card for me in a reading. If you have done, you know, a reading and then you ask the sitter, do you have a question, a yes or no question, then ask your question now, and then you can kind of shuffle these cards. So easy breezy. Beautiful images though. I really love these images on these cards. Yes, get more information, listen to your intuition, unlikely, no need to worry. Look at this extremely cute little, is it a guinea pig? No, I don't know, something in there. Choose a new direction. You're going in the right direction. Not the right time. Go, the time is right. No. Reconsider. Let go. And this is the sign. So a very small, straight to the point oracle deck there, but it's not that expensive. I think it cost like, what was it, $10-12 I think for me, so it wasn't really that expensive, and it's fun, and the artwork here is beautiful. I also have another deck from her, but I can't find it right now. But anyways, I believe she has made another deck which is about the runes, the Nordic runes, but you have to look that up. Anyway, so this is the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle by Athin Noctua. Okay, so let us then look at the Moon Magic book and card deck. A 50 card deck and 128 page guidebook. So quite a big book here. A lot of information. It's you know, a very good guidebook with a picture and all. And there's explanations also, a lot of explanation in the beginning here about the moon, about moon magic, about moon phases, about everything you need to know about the moon. So this is actually a very good guidebook, I have to say. And you can just, and it lifts up like that, so it makes it easy to get the cards out, which I love. Now this is the back, really beautiful back. I love this back. Yeah. The cardstock is okay, it's good. It's a little bit on the thinner side, but it's a good production, and it's kind of half matte, I would say. So okay cardstock, not the best, but okay. Let's look at the images. So either you know the moon phases and you know how to read them, or you use the guidebook here. Some of the images you can kind of interpret just as they are, or you can interpret the image. But in many cases, I believe you need the guidebook unless you know astrology. But I do love the images. I mean, look at this. This is beautiful. So That's kind of the main reason. Look at this Star Child. Oh, I love that one. This is the main reason why I got these cards, is I love these images. And I need to learn more about the moon and the moon phases. So I figured this was a good deck. So yeah, I'm just going to flip through the cards here real quick so you can see the images. Really beautiful. Yeah. Just love the images here. Night Owl. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So for me, this is a deck that I would recommend, especially if you're interested in learning more about the moon and the moon phases. I would say this is a beautiful deck to get. There are many out there, but I like this one. So I'm going to sit down and read up on in the book there about a lot of stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to starting to use these in readings in the future, that's for sure. So that's that. Easy breezy. That was the Moon Magic book and card deck. And I believe that is... yeah, the name of that... yeah, that was it. The name of the person who made this was really difficult to find, but it is here in the beginning of the... here. Her name is Marie Bruce. Okay? Yeah. So there you go. The Moon Magic book and card deck. Okie dokie, let us move on to these. Now there are 3 decks here, okay? Look like this. Now the first one is called the Illustrated Herbiary Oracle Cards, and then it's the Illustrated Bestiary Oracle Cards and the Illustrated Crystallary Oracle Cards. And they are made up the same way, kind of. So let's look at this. So there are cards. They all have the same back, all 3 decks. There is a guidebook. The guidebooks are all looks the same and has the same kind of information. So I don't have to hold up the guidebook for each and every deck. So I will just flip through the cards, okay? The cardstock is really good, thick, matte, a little bit of rose petal finish on them. And these are the images of the Crystallary deck. So it's just a message on the top and the name of the card at the bottom. And beautiful, intricate images, okay? These cards, you can read a lot into each and every image. And so I found them really beautiful and fun. But there's a lot of images here, so I'm just going to flip through them, all 3 of them real quick. So I don't spend too much time on each deck, because they are all 3 quite similar. And they all have the same style of artwork, okay? But this one is, of course, about crystals. So you get a lot of information about the crystals in the guidebook, okay? So that was the Crystallary. Then we go to the Bestiary, which is about beasts, or rather animals. So... see, this is about animals. So that will have the name of the animal in the bottom. And then, of course, there is a message on the top. Same kind of style with the images here. Beautiful, intricate, really well done, these images on all these beautiful animals. So... I mean, if you buy all 3 of them, or if you just want one of them, you know, one about crystals, or the one about animals, or the one about herbs, you know, it's what you like, it's where you vibrate. For me, I just wanted all 3 of them. So I got all 3. It's plain and simple. So, yeah, you get the picture, right? So that was the Bestiary. And then we go over to the Herbiary. And then, of course, it's the same back, as I said. And then the guidebook has, of course, the herbs. And then when you look at the cards, you get the herbs on the bottom and then the message on top. The same way, these images are also the same design, the same artist. But now it's, of course, herbs in the middle. Lots of intricate information here in each card. Beautiful, vibrant colors, really good cardstock on all three. Good information in the guidebook. Exactly what you need, you know. So I love these decks, I have to say. I haven't used them in readings yet, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. They will be used soon, I can tell you that much. So that was the herbiary and bestiary and crystallary decks. Okay, I'm just going to put them to the side right now because I don't have that much time left on my video because it stops at 47. So the last deck of today, the Vintage Peach Oracle deck. Now this is an indie deck. You can't get this in a mass production anywhere. It's created and designed by Amy Passantino. So you have to order it, I believe, from her page or Google her. And I saw another woman using these in a reading and I just fell in love with them because I really love this retro kind of style. The cardstock is good, it's glossy, and look at this. It's just so gorgeous. And the images. So really just an image and straight message to the point, but really fun and retro and beautiful in my opinion. So I'm just going to go through this also, flip through the cards. So this is also a deck I would use for kind of an extra card in the end of a reading. Yeah, or maybe also you can of course just take one card and use that. I mean, you use it the way you want it, but for me I think I'm going to use it as extra cards after a tarot reading. Maybe an affirmation. Yeah. Yeah, this just so fun. I just love this style here. Really, really cute. And kind of a feminine feel to them, of course, but I really, really love this. So, yeah, it's 40 cards Oracle that will tickle your fancy. It's kind of fun. Oh, that's really beautiful. So that's vintage style. Yeah, so that's the Vintage Peach Oracle deck. So that was all I had for today. I hope you enjoyed this little show and tell. I hope you enjoyed these little videos that I make where I go through these cards that I have and we talk about cards and stuff. If you liked it, then please give it a thumbs up so that other people can find this video as well. Don't miss my readings when I upload those. Wishing you a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Thank you for being part of this video today. Until the next time, I see ya. Bye.